Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Get Into It.
I like that. I like the sound of that. Oh, careful
Jesus.
over there. We're knocking shit over.
There's a little bit of an earthquake here.
Excited.
Welcome to Let's Get Into It. That's what we're called, right? Because we get into entertainment.
What is it, though, Davey Dave?
Let's get into it.
I know, but what do we do in here? What do we get into?
Oh, we get into a little bit of entertainment, you know.
Business of entertainment.
That's right. That's what's up.
I kind of miss the old podcast where it was with, I don't even remember the name of the place. What was it?
Pink Taco.
Yeah, Pink Taco.
We might be able to go back there pretty soon.
I miss doing
They're
it at Pink Taco. I miss doing it on location. I miss Russ. You know, I haven't talked to Russ in a while.
You know what's kind of fun, too, is when we did the Rona edition in your backyard. Remember you made us stay in your backyard?
Yeah, we had a nice little Rona run over
We
there.
had a little Rona. That was
We had
fun.
some good guests.
You were actually excited, too, about that because you had nothing going on. Rona was ending, and you're like, this is it. This is all we got.
That's it.
Well,
And then you abandoned us. Remember, Davey Dave, that everything started coming in, and like, I can't do the fucking podcast anymore. I got holiday movies to do.
Look,
Podcast.
Podcast.
I want to get into it real quick right now because, first of all, it's your birthday, so happy birthday.
Gonna party. 40 years old, dude. I can't believe it.
40 years
Again,
old,
huh?
dude. I wish I was 40. Wouldn't that be
40.
amazing?
7 times over.
Congratulations, cheers. We got Modelo Tamfu.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey,
And,
congratulations.
it's exciting because in a couple of, today on July 1st, this is a week later, but July 1st is the day that your movie goes into 800,000
hotels
hotel rooms.
with 20 million impressions a month, and we got 3-month deal.
That's amazing.
We're gonna have 60 million impressions.
Look,
how is that for marketing and advertising?
let me tell you
like
something.
that?
I want to congratulate
Tell
you.
me something.
I'm going to tell you something. I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate Lizer. I want to congratulate Mario because without that nucleus, this doesn't happen, right? Without your Webble hurting, it doesn't happen.
Without this podcast, it does.
well, no, it happens.
happen.
If the
Well,
podcast wasn't here, your movie would have happened. But
I know.
it
wouldn't
was
be as
easier.
great as it
it probably wouldn't be as great. But I do have to congratulate you guys because what you've done is innovative and unique and super special in a world where, a lot of times we get on the podcast and we talk about, hey, you can't really distribute. It's hard to make a sale. They don't
What
have
are we
blockbusters
doing?
anymore, right? So because of that, like the idea that there's some new innovation where you can like make a movie for, I don't know, under 50 grand and put it out in a place where 800,000 rooms are going to be getting a commercial saying like, hey, watch Made in Mexico by Mario Lopez, who's been in these rooms for years and years and years. This is a big deal and potentially groundbreaking. And I'm not sure it's ever been done.
Well, if you look at the history of cinema, let me just take you back to.
It's never been done in hotel rooms the way you're doing it, though. I'm just trying to say.
No. But Hollywood or entertainment is constantly evolving. If you go back to, is that good?
So good. Oh, so good.
It's from vaudeville to silent movies to moving pictures to now something else that's happening. A lot of production, not necessarily leaving LA, but you got who I'm in talks with and working with are the Aruza brothers who bought Tyler Perry's old studio. Ozzy Aru was his guy. You got like 3 major studios in Atlanta now, and in Nashville and in Texas. So things are moving. Like people are making content. There's no reason at all to be held back right now in 2021 other than Rona.
Yeah, it's a major successful conversation today, and I want to get into it a little deeper because
it's my birthday,
and it's your birthday. I think there's inspiration in here if you think about it. I was talking to my sister yesterday,
You
Alejandra.
never talk about your sister.
I was talking to my sister yesterday,
How is
and
she?
she was like, "Hey, I'm really proud of you." And I said, "Thank you." She goes, "It looks like you're doing a lot of work." I said, "I am doing a lot of work," and she was like, "So what changed? Like what adjusted in your career?" And I was like, what adjusted in my career is that I always thought that I was never going to cross over and work for networks. I always thought I was just going to raise money and do my own movies and then sell them because I was trying to emulate what the networks were doing. And she was like, "So what changed?" I said, "What changed is I got a phone call from Mario about something that we had developed 10 years prior. And he said, hey, we're doing this at Netflix. They're buying it. It's changed a lot, but I'm doing it with you." Right, so he reached out, threw out an olive branch, pulled me in, and somehow that part of my career was the part where I felt like I had rolled a boulder up a hill.
Yep.
And
pushed it over the other edge.
And he pushed it over the edge, and all of a sudden, because she was like, "What's changed?" I said, "What changed is my belief that I was capable of working and doing network level work." That's what changed.
What
And-
happened was, let me tell you, fool. You
Oh,
got
you gotta tell
got
me.
to the top of that mountain. You're like sweating, and the legs are wobbling, and you're almost there. You're at the very, you just need a little more. And then Lopez walks up and goes, "Need some help, fool?" And he just pushes his finger, and then there it goes. You're like, "Oh, it happened,"
And that was it.
and that was it.
Right.
You need some help, fool?
So,
good
and
analogy.
right? And
At
then,
the very top, you pushed it all the way up yourself, fool.
yeah, I pushed it all the way up myself, and then he hooked me up. But I think the valuable lesson there is, I had to believe that I was capable of delivering and doing all the work that I had been it's the same kind of work you're doing, prepping, writing, fixing, delivering, all these things that you do when you're an indie, you have to do when you get to a network. So it changed everything, and all of a sudden, boom, there was another movie, then there was another movie. We got, Holiday in Santa Fe. We have Mr. Holiday. I'm doing a thing for Netflix. It just
Keeps going.
It just kept.
It opens doors.
Yeah, it kept going. Whereas when we started the podcast, I was pitching, hey, screen your movie. Show it to as many people as you can. Deals happen in those theaters where you show your movie, even if you think it's not worth doing because it costs money. Invite people. They end up coming up to you going like, hey, let's do something else.
That still happens, and I'm still going to do that. But this is just another path to go down. Like I said, the 20 million impressions a month for 3 months, that's 60 million impressions. That's not buys, that's not people. That's in people's head.
Right.
So when they go home later on and we're on Amazon or something like that, then they go, what was that movie Mario was pitching that he's involved? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's with Lilo Brancato. Oh, let me watch this. This looks interesting. Looks
Lilo
funny.
Brancato, an amazing actor.
So, I mean, there is a lot of ways. You got to be open-minded and kind of go after it. You
So
know what I
today's
mean?
a celebration of what is possible.
Celebrate
I got a
good
picture on my
time.
phone.
Memories?
Yeah, it was our first podcast 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Wow.
Not
Hey.
not today, but within this past few days.
Damn, 2 years ago we
Nice.
started this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So 2 years ago, we were like, oh, here's what you do. Here's how you do indies. And 2 years later, you released your movie in a very unique, interesting way.
That sounds horrible.
No,
though,
no,
You're
it's great.
Fucking Richard Linklater over here.
No, I mean,
Boyhood?
no. It's look. I
Without Rona, it would have been a year.
I did Johnny Porche, which is Love and Betrayal on the Forest. That took 3 years. It took me 4 years. I was looking at as a picture from Almaraz, which I sold to Netflix. That thing, I had a note from like 2016. I was like, oh my God. I mean, things take time. If
No,
you
they
don't
do.
know and people aren't supporting you and you don't have a network and, you're just raising money and hoping for the best.
Coppola said it takes 7 years to make a movie. And that was from his nephew's, his mouth to my ear. Like I was going to do a movie, Weston Cage was involved, and it fell apart. And he said, my grandpa said it takes 7 years to do a movie. Really, like roughly from beginning to end.
It's complicated, but there is, let me ask you something.
Ask me.
How does it feel? Because the hard work is done, right?
Yep.
You did it all. You delivered the film. You worked with a bunch of great people. The film is already in the hands of the distributor.
Yep.
How does it feel to be like, done with it?
It feels great, but like you were saying earlier, the things that come about it. Like I ended up meeting up with this guy named Jaime Peralta. He works for Ozzy Aru. He's executive vice president. And now he signed me as a manager because he manages like only a few people. And he called me yesterday with a gig. And I wanted to talk about it on here because
nice.
he said, hey, bro, I got you a gig, $15,000 for 3 days. And I said, cool, because I sent him the Kiss, the short. And he goes, so the guy's an Italian filmmaker. That's the fee. You're going to shoot. You could shoot it and cut it. And he wants. I go, no, I don't shoot and cut. He goes, oh, you don't. I said, no, write, direct, act is pretty much my wheelhouse. He said, oh, but the point is, and then I hooked up Hermosa. So if you're a filmmaker
nice.
out there who could do it all like this guy, there's work. But my point is from that, from Made in Mexico, I would have never had that opportunity. I would have never met Jaime Peralta because I would have never posted about a movie.
So you're sharing the wealth.
I'm sharing the wealth, but I'm sharing more of like the knowledge of get up, make shit, get it out there, so then things can happen. Because
all that
things won't
matters.
happen if you're on your ass talking about making shit.
That's all that matters.
And do what you could do. I can't shoot, I can't cut. I mean, I could, but I'm past that point. But what I can do is write. And I could write scripts, and I can get... Lopez was breaking my balls the other day because he said, I was writing, he said, Tuddy, are you going to... a script that I'd written a long time ago actually recently came to life with Maurice Compte and this guy named Raja Collins, who's a producer-director, and they think they can get somewhere between $1 to $2 million. They have distributors involved. Like, they're in the business. Like, they just came off a movie called American Sicario. So these dudes are doing stuff. They liked the script that I wrote 5 years ago, and they said it's just too big. It is $3 to $5 million budget. They broke it down. They said, can you bring it down to like 1 to 2? So I did. I did it in a week. But things come back to life, like Ashley Garcia. So one of the things that I could honestly say that you could do out there listening, learn to write all the time. Lopez was breaking my balls saying, Tuddy, you're going to get paid for this? I said, listen, a champion boxer, Manny Pacquiao, when he walked into that first gym, he couldn't fight. He had heart. He had ability. But he had to go in there and learn to throw that jab, slip that punch, work on that footwork day in, day out for decades before he got a title fight. And he was ready when that fight came. I posted about it the other day. Manny Pacquiao had 2 weeks to train for a title fight. Nobody really, they kind of knew he wasn't he? Came in and knocked the guy out. Then he became a phenom after that.
Who do you knock out? Do you know?
I don't remember, but my point is, I see Robert's trying to throw me off right there. Do shit that you could control.
That's like Rocky.
That's unheard of, yeah.
Like Rocky.
But do shit you control. Learn how to write scripts. They're going to suck in the beginning. People are going to laugh at you. They're going to tell you it's garbage. But, if you want to be a filmmaker, you just got to keep fucking writing and get better and better progress. Get better and better with each thing you write, and be open-minded. Listen to constructive criticism, not the haters, and just keep moving.
There's
Bam, drop this motherfucking mic. It's my birthday. Let's go to party like it's your birthday.
Hey, happy birthday to Foo.
You guys are foos. Don't you just think, though, in like real life, like I've had to work on holidays. I had to work Thanksgiving this year because Lopez had a gig. I have to work. I fucking need to pay the bills. If I say no, I lose my job and I can't pay my, I got a family. So that's reality. Reality is sometimes people have to do things that they don't necessarily want to do, but it's for the good of their family. It's for the good of themselves.
But you could be working and thinking about your ideas, thinking about how you're going to write, and then you get home and write.
You actually gave a good note about pitching. So, and I gave this note to my buddy the other day who's a comedy writer and stuff. I'd have to go pick up Nico on Mondays and Tuesdays, and we had like a long drive, like a 50-minute drive home. He's a smart kid. Like, he's 8, but he's pretty bright, and I would pitch him shit in the car. Like, I would tell him, I practiced, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, he fucking gave me some good ideas. You know what I mean? Because it's outside of the box. I mean, my kids have never, the first movie they're ever going to see is the movie they're in, because we're Waldorf and we don't watch TV or anything, but that's going to be the first movie he sees. So he's not jaded by any type of like, oh, this character or this story.
I've seen this before. I've heard this before.
Innocent ideas are the best, right?
Yeah. But it's great. You have to always be pitching, because even when you pitch, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for this person to like it. You want to hear what they have to say, but it helps you get it. It's like acting. Like when you go to an audition and you're running lines in your head, that don't work, player, because that's not how it's going to come out. Until you say it and run it with somebody, then you're like, oh, fuck, this sounds different than in my head. I thought I was going to do it like this. So good point, Robert.
It's an exciting time if you're a creator.
Why are you so low key right
if
now?
You're thinking of, well, I'm just thinking, I'm being nostalgic. No, but
Well,
I
break
think
it down,
yeah. No, I think when you think about story and how you think about it, sometimes like a certain song will inspire me for a storyline, and I'll play the song over and over and over, like for days, sometimes weeks, like over and over, and I just keep imagining the scenes. Eventually, I write it down.
You're really a filmmaker. You know that, right? I mean, you're a producer. You're good at raising money. Wah wah wah. But
no, I do it all.
Producers don't go.
Producers
Producers don't go with music and create shit. You know that, right? Like that's supervisors. That's composers. That's producers don't do that shit. Filmmakers.
Yeah,
Scorsese cuts the music. Tarantino cuts the music.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. The thing that's beautiful about being an independent producer is that you do have to do it all, And as you grow into collaborating, if you're working with people that are truly willing to say, hey, the best idea wins, you get into a room and you creatively start throwing stuff out. Part of my process as a producer is I come up with lines or story points, and I throw them out to the writers, and I'm like, hey, what do you think? And if they're smart and willing to play the game of best idea wins, they take your idea and make it their own and further create a great storyline. So I think as a producer, you have to be deeply involved with the story, because you may have the better idea for the third act. You may have the better idea for the seventh act. You don't know, right? You have to keep thinking. I have a tendency to believe that a lot of my ideas do work, so I do throw them out. No, so I
that's not even a tech. That's a
tech. No, but so I throw them out there, and they could be used or not used, but for the most part, it becomes an important part of what I do. So I do involve myself with music. I do involve,
music, because you're a classically trained pianist.
That's correct.
Because, Barry Manilow. But the music is what differentiates you from a lot of other producers.
Right.
Because you have a music ear, which is tone, which is how it sets the pace of the story. You know story as well. You went to AFI. You're not a stupid guy.
Right.
Maybe.
Wow.
But so that's what's unique about you. But hey, take it, son. That's all the dick sucking I'm giving
no.
you.
Listen to me. Listen to me. It's.
No, you listen to me.
It's important. I was working with Dara, our composer for A Holiday in Santa Fe. And one of the, when you work with a new composer and you don't know them and they don't know you and you don't know how to give a note so that they understand what you're saying. I was at a point after the first draft of the score where I was like, there's something not jiving for me in this score, right? So, and it wasn't just one piece, it was like a big chunk of it, right? So I was thinking to myself, what is it that I'm going to say that's going to make someone understand what I want to get to in this film? So I thought about it, and then I thought, I know. So I stopped her and I said, look, I want you, if you're watching this movie, I want you to be able to close your eyes and have the music tell you the story. If you can't close your eyes and have the music tell you the story,
that's a good point,
then we're not achieving what we're supposed to be doing. The music has to be its own movie. So in this particular scene, if you close your eyes, you don't feel anything, right? You just kind of feel music bouncing around. So close your eyes, and if you can feel the emotion of the love or whatever's happening in the scene, then you've achieved the right thing. I got to tell you, I listened to the redo of the score the other night, and I closed my eyes, and I was like, she totally captured exactly the note that we were going for. I called her. I said, it's amazing that what you did. But as a producer, you have to inspire other departments to do the best work they could do, right? Yeah. And, she did it.
Yeah.
Wow, good for her.
Also, too, I got a good note. I would run lines with Lopez. You like to record him, you dick. And I saw this thing, Masters, the master class.
Yeah.
I got the one with Scorsese a while back.
Yeah.
And, there's times where he doesn't even watch his actors. He listens. Like, he don't even watch their movement or anything.
Right.
He listens to their dialogue. He listens to the interaction. And so Lopez, he was doing his shit, and I wasn't looking at it. I was, like, listening. He goes, Tuddy, what are you doing? I go, I'm listening to you, fool. Because if I'm able to believe you without seeing you, then it's going to transfer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's playing Slater, so it's not like he's doing some Daniel Day-Lewis shit, but still.
But Slater's grown now.
Yeah.
Slater's grown.
No, I mean,
but
Mario,
they write him like he's fucking.
Hey, Mario Lopez is a trained genius at comedy and at timing, and he's actually to the level that he could tell you what's wrong with a scene based on how you're delivering a line.
That's true.
He does have. I mean, the guy's been.
He can tell you what's wrong with it. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying we could be doing a scene together, and he could say, you know what? No. It has to be faster, or slower, or whatever.
I'm not going to drop names, but there's somebody who's very high up in the business, actor, director, producer, and this person kind of clowned him because he's the entertainment host. He does certain things. This person's at a bigger level, but it's so stupid because this guy's been reading script, and I got offended by it. To be honest with you, he told me.
You got offended?
I did because. I get it. The image, Slater, Mario, he comes across like that. But he has such a vast knowledge, and he's been reading scripts since the guy was fucking 8 years old. So, and this person had not been reading scripts since they were 8. They probably started reading scripts when they were in their 20s, 30s. So this guy you know what I'm saying? Like, he does know. Like, he could tell you what works, what doesn't work, but he's just not in your face about it. True. He's not, like, shoving it down your throat, listen to me because I know, because I've been in the business. He's just kind of like, no, that doesn't work. Let's do it like this. And you're like, okay,
and you should listen.
You should listen.
Yeah.
You should,
because there's a lot of experience there. But yeah, I think look, if you're thinking about doing something, you should do it. That's the one thing I think over the past couple of years I've got a little tainted. You know, I think.
What do you mean tainted?
I
Why?
got tainted by the idea that, you know, things have to be a certain way or you shouldn't be creating, you know, or you shouldn't be making movies.
That's
or you
how
should
this
be trying-
podcast started, fool. You don't
I
even
know.
remember.
But I'm telling you, I think I've changed my mind. I think you have to do what you got to do to be creative. I think you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not making great product and it's consistent, then maybe it's not the business for you.
Give yourself 3 swings.
But I think you got to get out there and create and edit if you have to. And, you know, you have to kind of learn to do it all. Don't count on anyone to do stuff for you. And create that conversation that's powerful about your vision and your views and what you think should happen. Because I'll tell you, if there was someone else doing the score for Holiday in Santa Fe and I was not producing it, it would still come out great.
Yeah.
It would just be a different point of view.
Yeah.
So you have to trust what you believe is good in your heart, and you have to give those notes, and you have to make adjustments, and you have to be respectful to the other people that have worked really hard to earn their positions, right? Because as I mentioned before, if you're a composer, you win Academy Awards. If you're an editor, you win Academy Awards. So those are world-class positions, right? You can't walk around telling those people what to do. They get an award for doing what they do. So they have to be able to bring what they bring to the table. But it is it's an exciting time. I think product is getting shorter. I think if you want to look at great stories, look at comedians, look at jokes.
Yeah.
You know,
memes. I was about
look
to say
at memes.
Dave,
you know, I mean, you could tell a story in no time. But the power of those stories are so amazing that you don't have to look further to know what a good story is.
There's one thing, like I had to go through Santana, which I wrote probably 5 years ago, and I hadn't made a movie yet.
Which I gave you the idea for, right?
You did give me the idea, and you helped me work on it.
I said, write this, and then I never helped you make it.
Well, yeah. Well, you kind of did. You were like, well, you know, Roberts, we know you. We love you. We know you. Like 1 minute, you're like, dude, let's do this. And then next week you come here like, nah, we're not doing it. I want to do something like this. And I'm like, hey, asshole, I already fucking started. I've been
writing for 6 months.
Yes. Well, I mean, let's see what happens. But you did give me the idea, and I'm glad you did because it's turning out really well.
It's a good one.
And if you want to come on board, you're more than welcome. But I don't know what the budget's going to be. We're shooting for 1 to 2, but who knows? I know you need to be in the 3 to 5.
No,
range.
no, I don't have to be in the anything range. But I'm going to
okay.
but I'm going to tell you something. If a great producers will say this, if you had 10 producers in a line, and we were all standing there, and someone said, "Hey, I want you guys to make this," and we all liked it, we would probably go like, okay, Dave, give it a shot. You got a couple of weeks to try to put it together. But if you don't, I'm up. Producers are like that. They're not going to jump on board just to jump on board. All 10 would never jump on board.
Sure.
Right? They're going to just go, give it a shot. If you can't get it, give it back to me.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. You know, may the best producer win. So a lot of times we have that respect where we're like, okay, if you're going to get it made, there's no reason to pull me on because I'm just going to be a weight. Right. They're not looking for me. They're looking for your script. So, and other producers have other ideas.
Yeah, but I would
to be honest, no producer likes any other producer. Just so you know.
They don't. No, they don't.
We all dislike each other.
Well, it's like actors. It's like there's only so many things that can be made and be made well with money that it's just not enough. It's money. It comes down to money. People want to make money. You know what I mean? They want to be creative, like we said, and I'm glad that you said it in the independent world because I know you're all about the studio.
I'm not. I want to be independent. I just can't afford to be.
Damn. Well, you kind of can, though. I've been to your crib. I've been to the crib. You're keeping it real. But yes, Robert, you did give me that idea, and it did work. But getting back to those shortening scenes, I think when you make shit, like Tarantino said, don't go to film school, go to films and make films. That's how you're going to learn. Because after making a movie and being there and running out of time and going, fuck, I'm not going to be able to get everything in now, and you're frantically going through those pages going, okay, cut this, because
you waited too long. You waited too long.
Yes,
that's
you
what
did, but
happened.
that's independent shit, and you get it done. But it's a lesson learned because it's a moment of like, oh fuck, we have to get this done. We need this. Like, so when I rewrote this script, I was going through. I go, I don't need fucking 5 of these pages.
Yeah, but you're learning from other things that you're working on. Let me tell you, I was talking to Netflix because I have a deal at Netflix to do a movie, right?
Take it easy.
And the executive sent notes on our outline. The notes were rules for the amount of money that they're giving us to make the movie, so they know that you can't have more than 18 locations, or I'm sorry, 18 characters, 7 or 10 locations.
Okay.
So those are the rules. They're like, these are the rules you have to follow.
That's smart, though.
Right?
That's good.
No more than 18 characters at scale,
Yeah.
and no more than this many locations. So you have to follow
18
those
characters,
rules.
7 locations. What's the budget? That's a good thing to know.
It's under 10 million.
Oh, fuck.
Under 10 million.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's how you roll, Roberts, at Netflix?
Well, and
You need an-
Netflix doesn't want to mess around. They want to make
you
good
need a-
movies
you need-
every time.
Hey, you need an assistant? What's up, there?
You'll be on it. You'll be on it. But let's
Tuddy, give me a coffee.
Let's-
Oh, fucking Splenda.
let's celebrate the independent film. Can I tell you what I did when I was 20? I was about 28, and I was thinking of becoming a producer, and I didn't understand. I thought back, what's my favorite movie of all time? And I said, okay, there's two. There's The Idolmaker, and there's Jaws, right?
Come on.
So I thought, I'm going to go to the local store where they sell posters and memorabilia. So I went to that store, and I said, do you have any scripts?
Was it on Wilcox?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
dude, I
that's
went
it.
to that store
Yeah,
too.
the poster
Yeah.
memorabilia. So I walked in there and I said, do you have any scripts? And they said, yeah. And they put out all these scripts, and one of them was Jaws. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy that script. I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch Jaws, and I'm going to see how much changed from this script to the movie.
Was it the shooting script, though?
Yeah, it was the shooting
Okay.
script. So I went home and I watched Jaws, and I read the script, and there was scenes in the script that didn't
Yeah.
even exist.
Yeah.
Right, and there was dialogue changes and things that I was like, wow, look at the shit that they did here, right? Oh, we've been talking about this dude, and now he's here, Mario Lopez.
3:04. We're almost kicked off. We got 10
Hey,
minutes.
you want him a Delton food?
You want some tequila? That's jacked
Dude,
up.
let's put a picture out.
I'm
Let's put a
on
picture out.
Stern's team now.
I like the
Oh
way.
my
It's like you're like the what's the woman soccer player? What's her name? Like Repido?
Looking good, dude. Looking good. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Happy holidays, guys.
That's right.
That's it. All right, these fools came and fucked it all up.
We'll see you
Lopez,
guys next
Lopez
time
started to
on
drink.
Let's
Fucked
Get
up the
Into
whole
It.
thing.
That's right.
You go.
There's
Wrap it
business
up.
happening here. See you next time on Let's Get Into It.
That was good.